The Rambling Geordie.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Before I go on, do us a favour and subscribe to the channel, man. It'll just make us feel a bit better. Cheers. So just when you thought Bill Gates couldn't get any more nefarious or creepier, he's going one step further than lab-grown frankenmeat and vaccines that nobody asked for or wants. He's decided that the whole world needs copious amounts of fake butter. Yes, the multimillionaire who didn't invent the thing he's famous for, but instead pretty much stole it from the man who did invent it, he's decided that he needs to step things up in his self-declared role as the saviour of the planet. He's decided that all of the CO2 that's being produced in the world, instead of using it the way nature intended by letting trees feed on it and produce oxygen, allowing life on this planet to breathe, that it would be better used by turning it into butter. Yes, that's right, butter made of carbon dioxide. What could possibly go wrong? Now, as we know, apart from being a world-class computer programmer, a world-class climate expert, a world-class vaccine expert, a world-class agriculturist and a world-class botanist, he's now also a world-class scientist and health expert. It's amazing what a few $100 billion can get you nowadays, isn't it? The company that's making the butter is called Savor and is being backed by Nerd Jesus all the way to the bank. The butter itself is made from CO2, hydrogen and oxygen, is cholesterol and lactose free, is a sustainable product, produces zero greenhouse gases, uses minimal water and requires no farmland. Now, keep that fact in the back of your mind for later on. Very little is mentioned about the fact that it lacks natural nutrients like vitamins A and D, or butyrate, however. Remember, don't ask questions, just consume product. I mean, just look at it. It looks like the stuff that collects under your foreskin when you haven't washed for a while. But Geordie, I hear you ask, what's so bad about making a product that can help save the planet? There can't be anything wrong with that, can there? Well, my little pedigree chums, I'm glad you asked. Remember what I said earlier about it not needing farmland to be produced? Well, what happens if this stuff takes off and becomes incredibly popular? Do you think that might put a strain on the dairy farmers of America, or even the world? Why would we need cows and cow products when we can just make all of our food in a test tube? That's a lot of dairy farmers that will go out of business. And if his lab-grown meat becomes successful, there's a lot of beef farmers out of business as well, which means they won't need their farmland anymore, which means they'll have to sell it off cheap. And who likes to buy up farmland in the US for cheap, you might ask? The same man who owns over 270,000 acres of farmland in the US and doesn't look like he wants to leave it at that anytime soon. That's right, Nerd Jesus himself, Bill Gates. Now, if you ask me, it's almost as if Gates wants to control food production, and in turn humanity itself. You'll eat what you're given to eat because Big Bill said so. He's trying to save the planet, don't you know, and us pesky little rats will not get in the way of that. I mean, he's a billionaire. He knows more than you do. What the hell, who are you to even question this man? We'll have to eat his fake butter, his fake meat, take his fake vaccines, put up with his plans to reflect sunlight away from the earth, and his fake vaccine-carrying mosquitoes, all because he needs a few more thousand acres of cheap farmland from which he can carry out more insane ideas to control the world, to behave how he thinks we should be acting. Because he's a billionaire, don't you know? He knows more than you. So be a good little robot and do as you're told. Nerd Jesus commands it.
Don't be daft, man.